Stories. An entertaining comic, number 2. December 1952. 10 cents. Jolting tales of tension in the EC tradition. Here's an electrifying story with solid impact in its startling conclusion. The Patriot! A shock, suspense story. An air of expectancy blanketed the murmuring crowd that already had begun to line the sidewalks. A faint breeze stirred overhead, rippling the bunting that hung from wires hung taut across the town's main square.
Listen, hear that? They're coming! The drums!
They're coming!
Laughing children scampered down the spotless streets shouting and yelling.
They're coming! They're coming!
The parade is starting! Hooray!
From far off, the faint boom boom of a bass drum drifted through the warm spring air. All eyes were turned, facing in the direction of the sound, waiting, straining to see.
Biggest turnout the town's ever seen, eh, Earl?
Yeah, Charlie, but those guys deserve it. Korea was no picnic.
A trim young woman turned to her husband, who stood at the curb edge beside her.
I'll be back soon as the parade's over, dear.
Why don't you stay, honey?
The shops will be empty. Everyone will be watching. It's a good opportunity to do some shopping.
All right, honey. I'll wait here until you get back. The young woman left her husband standing at the curb and elbowed her way through the crowd.
Excuse me, pardon me. Excuse me, please.
Smart lady, don't you like parades?
A roar went up from the crowd. Way up the main street, sunlight glinted off something shiny. Brassy music echoed over the throng, resounding off the buildings.
Here comes the band.
Hey, look, Herbie. There's a drum major up in front.
Look at him twirl the baton!
The steady boom boom of the bass drum was growing louder now. The man at the curb, whose wife had left him to go shopping, scowled.
Listen to them trumpets, Earl.
Ah, boy, I love band music.
Hey! Get a load of that sourpuss!
The drum major passed in front of the scowling gentleman, his chromium baton spinning. Behind him, the blaring band followed, their dress leggings moving in unison.
If you don't like parades, where'd he come from?
Hey, she'll hear you.
Hey, look! A general!
The general, bedecked in ribbons, marched in the center of the street, well in back of the band. Directly behind him, a column of infantrymen in Class A uniforms followed. The man at the curb scowl turned to a smirk.
Look, they're carrying guns.
Hey, with bayonets. Boy, I'd hate to get one of them in my guts.
Hey! Take a look at that character now!
Why, I know.
Hey, take it easy, Charlie.
Hey, look how they keep in step! Don't it look nice?
Next came another column of soldiers. These carried no guns.
Them's the guys who got the Purple Heart.
All them guys were wounded?
That's right!
The smirk of the man at the curb turned to a sneer.
What happens to these guys now?
They're all getting furloughed.
Charlie! He's sneering now!
Hey, look at his nose. He must be a foreigner.
Yeah! And his skin's kinda dark, too! And his hair!
Up the streets, hats were coming off. Bare heads were caressed by the gentle spring breezes. The color guard approached.
If he don't like it here, why in blazes don't he go back where he came from?
Cut it! Here comes the flag!
The flag rippled. Its crimson and white stripes rolled over and over. The blue field and white stars sparkled in the sunlight. All heads were bare as it passed. All heads but one.
Hey, look!
Why the dirty?
The sneering man at the curb stared at the red, white, and blue, but he made no move to take off his hat. He just stood there sneering as the flag went by. Suddenly, a pair of cymbals crashed, and another band behind the color guard exploded into a brassy, blaring march tempo.
What do you say, Charlie?
I said he must be one of them lousy rats.
The bass drum boomed, timing the parader's strides, drowning out the angry catcall.
Commie! Yeah, that's it! He's a commie!
Now we gotta run him out of town.
Herbie, where you going?
I'm gonna get him!
The one called Herbie pushed his way to the smirking man on the curb. He grabbed the man's shoulder and spun him around.
Beat it, buddy!
I beg your pardon? Herbie's fist shot out like a piston.
Free country, huh? You dirty red!
The man went down, blood trickling from his scowling mouth. What's wrong with you guys? Are you crazy?
Commie!
Red? Suddenly, somebody pulled a blackjack.
Let me at him. I'll teach him.
Go ahead. The filthy communist is all yours.
The bass drum down the street beat out at steady tempo as the blackjack rose and fell. The crowd moved in, shouting profanities, kicking and hammering with clenched fists.
Traitor!
Subversive.
Red rat!
The last column of soldiers marched by, watching out of the corner of their eyes.
Looks like a pro.
Yeah, that drunken
If
lungs.
they don't want to fight so much, somebody ought to ship them over where we came from.
As the tramp of the infantrymen faded down the street and the music died away, the screams of the crowd quieted too as they stood about the prostrate form.
Gasp. Gasp. There. That'll teach him a lesson in Americanism he'll never forget.
Hey, he's out cold.
Maybe he's dead.
The sound of music was gone now. The bunting hung limp and still. The breeze had died. Suddenly, the clatter of a woman's heels echoed through the thick silence.
Freddie? Freddie? Are you in there?
Hey, it's his bro.
This guy is dead. We killed him.
Serves him right. The dirty...
Freddie? Fred? No! Freddie!
A scream knifed into the gathering twilight.
No!
A young woman fell across the dead man's chest, sobbing hysterically.
Don't waste your tears, lady. He wasn't worth it.
Yeah, that commie screw.
The young woman turned her tear-stained face upward, staring at the grim mob gathered around her.
Why? So, why did you do it?
He was a dirty red lady, sneering at our boys just coming back from over there.
And insulting our flag, not taking off his hat.
The young woman's body shook as she whimpered. They couldn't tell if she was laughing or crying.
He wanted to come down to create his own outfit. So, they did the best they could putting his face back together after the shell tore it off. So, when he smiled, it looked like he was staring.
Old outfit. You mean he fought there? In Korea? Look, why didn't he take off his hat, huh? When the flag passed, huh? Why?
He didn't know. He couldn't see it. He was blind.
The end.
Can you imagine? They are your G.I. Joes in action! Right in your own home!
These are actual photographs showing how real a life like G.I. Joe is to play soldier with.
In your backyard.
Or in your living room.
In cellar or attic.
You can build your own battlefield, set up command squads.
Be a battle commander with the most realistic equipment you've ever seen!
Rifles, machine guns, flamethrowers, every kind of uniform for Army, Navy, Marine, or Air Force.
Get your share of action fun with America's action fighting man, G.I. Joe!
See the wonderful new and expanded line of G.I. Joe equipment at your toy store.
Join the G.I. Joe Club today!
G.I. Joe, fighting man from head to toe, on the land, on the sea, in the air.
Thank you very much, everyone, for coming out to see Capture Royal Fantasy Theater this Monday, February 12th, 2001. I'd like to introduce our cast for the evening. On my left, we have Tomas Roche, Mr. Chris Kavanaugh, Mr. Paul Bunton, Miss Christina Rowley, Miss Mia, Sylvie Riley is our handy technical person, Mr. Wes Bailey over here, and our videographer for the evening, Mr.